All right, guys, top of the morning, November 6th, and coming to you excited, coming to you thankful, coming to you full of tons and tons of energy on this beautiful, beautiful morning. Gain, lost an hour. I don't really give a shit. I'm here to rock and roll with you guys, so it's really good to see you. I'm going to have somebody, as always, bring us out on the field, but I want to do things a little bit different. The person I'm going to have bring out on the field today, it's going to be Ryan Fong, so just a little heads up, Ryan, it's going to be you. You know, there's tons of things that are going on in the world, not only locally, but obviously in the world that are impacting so many lives. And so I'm really, really thankful this morning to be able to have a lot of the freedoms that sometimes we just literally take for granted. It's just part of who we are. It's part of our country. So many things are going on around us that it's just crazy when we think about what we truly, truly have, the freedoms that we have. I wanted to say about just living in this country. So I'm really, really grateful to be here, to be with all you guys, and to be able to have a voice to speak and to reach many people. So Ryan, I wanted you to bring us out on the field, share some sentiment with the group today, and then share with us something that you're truly, truly thankful for on this beautiful Monday morning. So Ryan Fong, we've seen you, big dog. I love how you're showing up on social media. I love your editing. I love your cuts. And I love the use of font that you're using right now. It really flows. It has a really good aesthetic. So Ryan Fong, let's go to you, big dog. Tell us what's good. And then tell us what you're thankful for. Let's go.
Thank you. Thanks, Elias. Something I heard this morning was to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Opportunity could be right around the corner. So we need to be prepared in order to act quickly and, just act upon that opportunity.
Ooh, I love that. I love that.
And something that I'm grateful for, just being able to wake up, being able to be in the space that I'm in right now, having these group coaching sessions and the support behind me and my family is it's amazing to wake up to every morning.
And you know what, man, I love this. And has your family seen you in a different way in the last couple of months? Are they like surprised that you're on video so much?
100%. Even all my friends and even extended family too, that's following me on social media.
Dude, I love this. I love this. And then it's like, you've always been here. You've been in real estate, but now they're seeing your videos because we're all scrolling. They're all watching. So I really love this, man. And I see it. I see how much you've shown up. So you guys, good stuff. I got some thoughts this morning I want to share with everybody. If you're a guest on the line today, because I see some new faces, can you give me an emoji just down below? Just hit the emoji, anyone. I don't care what it is. Just give me an emoji. If you're a guest here on the line today. Oh, everyone's been here before? All right, cool. Well, welcome, because I see some new faces, and if I missed you before, Ariana, I don't recognize you. Katie, I don't recognize you, but okay, cool. One more time. Let's do this one more time. If you're a guest on the line today, hit the emoji button down below. Just do that for me. That way I can get a quick. Katie, just give me a thumbs up.
Okay, I'm trying. I get an E for effort, right?
All right, cool. Listen, A for effort. For our guests that are here today, thank you for being here. This is called Keep It Moving Group Coaching. We believe in one thing. We believe in the collective wisdom. Let's come together as a group. Let's get better as a group, and let's share, provide energy, thoughts, insights, and strategies to make everyone better on this call. I'm the host, and I am the thought provoker, the thought moderator, and I'm the one that's supposed to push this train down the tracks, but you guys are the ones that keep the momentum. So let's get right into the conversation for the day. Some things happened in our industry last week that are worth a very, very important conversation with your consumers that may just be in your database, be on the fence, that are just looky-loos and they're waiting for the perfect time, which we know doesn't exist. There was one thing that happened in our market last week that is worthy of a conversation and a mass communication to your entire database. Someone take themselves off of mute and go ahead. I know our lenders are on the screen today. So what happened last week that is a very, very important conversation that you should be having with every single person in your database right now? Ashley, you took yourself off of mute, so I'm sure you're going to chime in. Go.
Rates started to drop. That was huge.
All right. So for the people that don't know that we're sleeping under a rock, how much did the rates drop?
Like 0.5%. So it went from around 8% to around 7.5%. On FHA, It's in the mid sixes though.
Perfect. Okay, cool. And now as a company, are you guys doing reach out? Kind of tell us about what your approach is, because tons of people need to hear this. I don't care when their timeline is, but everyone needs to get this correspondence. So what are you guys doing?
I plan on doing a reel today. I'm doing a green screen behind me and showing how it's trending. I've been reaching out to my clients one-on-one.
Perfect.
everybody know that it's going down, because it could go back up at any moment. So when we see moments where the rates are starting to drop, we really need to be out shopping and taking advantage of it in the moment, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. By show of hands, how many people did a day of campaigning last week when they heard the news? How many people, just give me a show of hands or just give me an emoji on the screen of how many of you did a campaign? Meaning, I'm just going to go through my database. Hey, Tom, I know they said one wait. I have some great news for you that definitely could impact your buying power right now. So Samantha, tell us, how many phone calls did you make? How many people did you reach out to? Was there an email? Was there a video associated with this? Tell us a little bit about this campaign.
So I reached out to them individually, but my lender already does that too. So she helped me out we already got 2 pre-approvals from it. She helped me out because she speaks Spanish by letting them know that the rates dropped. And she's actually doing that again today because we have a lot of leads together. So that's what she's doing on her end. She's really good with follow-up. She has certain days and times that she does her follow-ups and group text. So the way that she followed up last week with me, if they didn't answer, she sent them a group text with me added on there, letting them know, like, take advantage of the market. The rates dropped. And if you guys need any type of assistance, this is your time to act now.
I love this. So if you're calling a consumer right now, you're going through your database, obviously your lenders made calls, group text, so on and so forth, which I love. What are you saying to people? As soon as you call somebody, I'm your client, what are you telling them?
So the very last one that I called, he wanted to buy back in August, and he's like, I'm going to wait till interest rates drop. So I called him and I'm like, hey, great, bro. I was like, interest rates are dropping right now and it's a good time to take advantage. I was like, I don't know when they're going to go back up. Obviously I had to how are you doing? Because it's a distance cousin of mine. But he ended up taking advantage of it. We're going through Marcelina from the money store. So
shout out to Marcelina.
So we're on a time crunch. It motivates them to get their shit together. Honestly, like him, he procrastinated all year to now it's okay, they dropped a little bit. And that's what I heard. And I'm like, well, you heard right. I was like, you need to get out there and get looking. So what I do to guide them before any interest rates, like my other little cousin yesterday, I tell them to send me their email, send me the locations that they're looking to buy, and I'll send them alerts. Because within a week, they'll want to send their documents in. And these people have money saved. They're just not going to tell you. And it's kind of similar to Gabriel's situation with Marcelina, she knows he procrastinated. We're in this situation now, but is he willing to keep shooting even if the interest rates go up? Yeah. But
and walk us through the numbers, Mandy, for how many deals have you closed this year and what's pending right now?
I have nine closed deals, 2 pending right now.
Boom. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. And I love how aggressive you are, but it's in a way that's like, hey, you guys need to know this information. And it's done in such a way that it's just like, hey, I'm here to provide information, but she's constantly hustling, constantly. So great stuff to you. Shout out to Marcelina. I want to ask you guys all a question. I want you guys to get really, really clear on these 2 numbers, because here's what I'm finding. When I'm doing one-on-one coaching, I'm finding a disconnect between these 2 numbers, and these 2 numbers are super important. So before I go there, it is important that you do a massive campaign. I don't care what their timeline is, that you say right now, if interest rates have dropped a little bit, that can mean that it impacts their monthly, and maybe that's a couple $100, maybe it's $100, who knows? At least it gives you a reason to call, right? Hey, I heard some news and I thought about you and I wanted to give you a call. Here's 2 numbers that need to match, and I'm seeing a disconnect between these 2 numbers, and this is really, really important for all of you guys. Ask yourself first off, how many people I have in my database, in my CRM, whether it is Follow Up Boss, whether it's KV Core, whether it's another system that you have, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet. I don't care where those people are, as long as you have those people. So go through that list. Last week, I had 3 coaching sessions, and on each coaching session, I said, tell me how many people are in your actual database, 200, 300, 495, whatever that number was. Now, tell me how many people are in RealScout right now. And what I found is that there was sometimes a 50%, 60%, 70% less people in RealScout than were actually in Follow Up Boss. So here's the tip for you guys on the call, and this is not trivial, okay? You guys know this. Whatever number of people that you currently have in your follow-up boss or in your CRM, that number needs to be equal in your RealScout. And here's why. No matter what, you have the ability to look and think like the consumer. You get to see all their behaviors, and then you act accordingly with your communication. Hey, Blessing, I noticed that you were just looking at 123 Main Street. Hey, Ariana, I saw this property and I thought of you. I'm setting up my tours for today and tomorrow. What time would you want to go see this property? So it allows you to market the prospect in a completely different way. But if you have tons of people in your follow-up boss and you have no searches set up for them in RealScout, you guys are missing important data. The data is going to win. The data is always going to win. So no matter what, you have to have some visibility in the way that you are looking at their behaviors, because then you can respond accordingly. Here's what happens. You guys meet somebody, open house, the market, Trader Joe's, wherever you meet the person, and you're putting them in follow-up boss, and then you're expecting them to set up their search criteria when you tag them, RealScout. It's not going to happen. Most people will not set up their own search. You have to go in there and set it up for them. And there's so many benefits. I want you to look at your RealScout right now. And for a couple people that are able to do this, that are not driving, that are stationary, somebody do this for me. Somebody pull up their RealScout right now and tell me how many people in your RealScout have viewed a property today, have opened an email within the last 48 hours and made any thumbs up or made any type of interaction on RealScout. Can anybody give me any of their numbers right now? Because there's power in this. And I'll just give it a second. When you have some numbers for me, go ahead and just take yourself off of mute and tell me what those are. Who has viewed a property in the last 24 hours and who has opened an email in the last 48 hours?
Elias, I started just like you're saying, I started just putting people that I've worked with in the past in the RealScout. And over the weekend, one of these people that I helped finance a property like 3 years ago, they started looking and they actually sent me a response that I'm reaching out to them this morning to talk about a 5-bedroom property. But of the people that looked at it, I mean, I have 15 active clients this week. I put in 30 last week, and half of those people have been actively looking at the listings and the stuff like that. So I agree with you. I was kind of procrastinating on putting people into RealScout, and immediately once I did it, I started getting activity, and people that I talked to like seriously like 4 or 5 years ago are re-engaging me on totally different properties now. And so it's a great tool.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. And you guys, listen, it's not a secret. This is not trivia. Like I said, this is not your advanced class. This is a reminder to have those numbers match. A consumer is not going to set it up. Now you have some of those consumers that will do that. They'll take that step. Right? I'm not going to dismiss everybody, but for the majority, this is on us. This is on us. And if you don't have their criteria, what a beautiful way to start out your week. Like, hey, I'm cleaning up my database. I'm setting up some search criteria, or I'm updating my holiday list. I want to make sure I get my cards out to you or send my email out to you. Whatever that looks like, gives you an opportunity to talk about their criteria. Ilona, you had your hand up. Let's hear from you. Hey, Ilona, really quick. Ilona, I'm going to have Ilona cut your camera, because the audio be better if you cut your camera. Let's try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay. Perfect. So if you hashtag RealScout in the tags, theoretically that should add that person into your RealScout. Is that a correct understanding?
You're totally right. But go on with your thought.
And then also my second question is, with the new RealScout Nurture campaign, is there a limit to the amount of people who get nurtured through that campaign? And do you choose that?
So no, right now, I don't know if there's a limit on that. I can find out. But when you tag them in follow-up boss and they are now in your RealScout, their search criteria is not set up. You still have to go in and set that up. So that's why there's been that disconnect. 100 leads in follow-up boss, and only 5 have active searches set up in RealScout.
Elias, in my RealScout, it looks like there's 100 that you can do auto nurture. So that's when I've been playing with it. That's the right now I have 30 of 100, and so you can go up to 100.
Okay, my question is, with the auto nurture, should it be people who are active or should it be people who are not active? Like if you're talking to, say, 30 clients at once, those people shouldn't be the ones that are on auto nurture for RealScout then, because you're talking to them. You want the old people.
Yeah, absolutely, Ilona. Here's the thing. Don't automate yourself right out of a relationship, right? Don't automate yourself right out of a relationship. If you're in the flow with some people, 20 people, 10 people, your hot clients, stay engaged with those people. For the people that aren't responding, that aren't communicating with you, then you put them on that long-term nurture. But so at least they're getting something from you. But your hot, active people, those should be the people that you do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You're doing a hot list check. And what you're doing is you're looking at all the people that have recently opened an email or viewed a property, no matter what their timeline is. Hey, Ryan, I saw this property on Main Street and I thought about you. It's listed at $689. There was just a price drop, or it's been on the market for 44 days. I think we have some opportunity to negotiate. I'm setting up my tours for today and tomorrow. What time do you want to go see this property? Or, hey, Nias, I just saw this property at 123 Main Street. Or I saw that you viewed this home at 123 Main Street. That house just had a price drop. It's an amazing property. I think you got a good shot at this. I'm setting up my tours for today and tomorrow. What time do you want to go see that property? Simple, right? It's simple. What RealScout, and for the people that are on here that don't have RealScout, just bear with me. We'll get to some other topics right now. But what it allows you to do is think directly like the consumer. It's like, wow, you get to see over their shoulder like what they're actually reading and writing, and then you use that to their benefit. And I say their benefit because it's to their benefit. If they can act fast, if they're looking at a house, because think about it. We've all looked for homes. We've all looked for a car, right? What happens is that our mind starts obsessing about it. That's the reticular activator. Our mind's obsessed about it. We're looking, we're screenshotting, we're looking. If somebody is looking actively on RealScout, one of two things are happening. Either A, they don't have a fucking life, or B, they're actually actively looking for a home in the next couple months. So what we're doing is we're just helping them with that, because we know that houses are going to go off the market very quick. They're going to miss out on opportunities. And if it's in the area that they actually like, let's at least go and see the house. And regardless if they're going to purchase that house, it gets them out, getting a sense of what them and their family truly likes about the neighborhood, the house, so on and so forth. And it gives you that opportunity to connect. Jeff Phillips, you had your hand up, and we'll go to Nias Cooks and we'll start to shift the conversation.
Yeah. So RealScout is amazing. Make sure that you have people on there. But I would say, like, I put both. So people that are super active that I'm talking to, and people that are like I haven't talked to in a while. Because passive sending agents or sending your clients something passively doesn't have to mean follow up passively as well. So what happens is sometimes we use RealScout and that becomes the passive way to send them something. And then we also do passive follow-up. No, as soon as you click on with my last client that we closed in Oakland, RealScout was amazing because it would send them so many properties. Then I'd go in and see which properties RealScout missed, go to my MLS, and then that would be my personal touch to them. But then they would like a property and they would inquire. Make sure you're coaching your clients how to inquire with RealScout as well. Hey, I want you to thumbs up a property when you see a property you like. And then there's also a point where you can say, do you like the bedroom bathroom count? Do you like the kitchen? What do you like about the floor plan? Make sure you get those because it paints the picture for me. So I know exactly what to do and find when I go into the MLS. As soon as they thumbs up address, the first thing I'm doing is calling them right away. Hey, I noticed that you thumbs up this property. I got time this weekend at 12:30. Do you want to go out and view that property? So my last closing came through RealScout sending them properties and then me following up and saying, hey, these ones have open houses. These ones have, we have to actually make an appointment. Let's go ahead and coordinate a showing this weekend and go ahead and put that together. So just because RealScout passively sends clients information doesn't mean you have to passively follow up with them as well.
Man, I mean, well said, Nias. I'll come right over to you in just a moment. Well said, and I couldn't articulate that any better. Here's what I want you guys to do. Here's a belief system that I want to encourage everyone that is here today and everyone that will see this in the future. I want you to dismantle this belief. Dismantle the belief that you're bothering people. Dismantle the belief that you're being too aggressive. Dismantle the belief that you are over calling them or over dismantle that belief. Because it's our job. It's our responsibility that if they have looked at something, if they have expressed any interest in purchasing a home in the Bay Area, we have an obligation. We have a duty. So dismantle the belief that you're being pushy or you're being too aggressive. At the end of the day, Mr. Johnson, this market moves so fast. So I thought I'd give you a call so you don't miss out on this opportunity. Not for you. Wonderful. Let's keep in touch. And if you see anything, give it a thumbs up. And that way I can set up the tours for you. Wonderful. Have a great day, right? Dismantle the belief that you're being too pushy, too aggressive. Go out there and be that person for them. It's for them. Right? If we can get them into a home faster and they can start building equity and building wealth for their family, you're doing something for them. So dismantle this belief. I hear it all. I don't want to be too pushy. I don't want to. No, you're just making calls and following up with their people. Good job. Let's go to Nice Cooks and I'll go to JJ.
Good morning, everybody. Good to be back. I've been out for a while, but love this environment here. Just to kind of just follow up with what Jeff was saying, ditto everything that he was basically saying as far as his approach with it. The one thing that I would like to be able to add to that is that when you're using RealScout and Follow Up Boss, they really do interact with each other. Yes, you have to be able to set up your alerts and everything inside of RealScout, but then once you do that, you can basically like hashtag RealScout within that client within Follow Up Boss, and then you use your Follow Up Boss to basically kind of keep track of that person and what they're doing. And because on the right-hand side of the menu, you're able to see the properties that inside of Follow Up Boss. When you look on the right side menu, you are able to see the homes that they did view. So you don't have to necessarily go back from RealScout to Follow Up Boss. You can do all that once you have it set up. You can be able to see everything inside of Follow Up Boss on the right side, all the homes viewed. And just to be able, in market activity alerts and everything like that, you can be able to see when they open up the emails. Even when you set them up on a home search or whatever. With these home searches, what you're going to be able to see is that if a house meets that criteria and when that person goes and they're like, are you spying on me? Yes, I'm spying on you. You looked at this house 16 times. Let's go look at it. And so it lets you see the amount of times that they did view that house to be able to get engaged with them and let them know that you are paying attention to them. You are, still servicing them. And you're just basically following up with them, like Elias said, to be able to have something to get in contact with them about.
Love it, Nice. I appreciate your contribution. Here's what Cynthia does on our team, because she doesn't like that. Hey, I noticed that you just viewed this property, and that might not be an approach for you. I've always liked that approach. She uses, hey, I saw this home and I thought of you. And it's the exact same home that they've been looking at 20 times that they've opened and be like, wow, this person understands my criteria. We understand because we can see your behavior, Mr. Consumer, and we're just responding accordingly. Good stuff. JJ, let's hear from you, big dog. We'll go back to Alona, and then I'm going to share some thoughts and some sentiment with you guys.
Yeah, the only thing I was going to say is all you guys that feel you're being too pushy, just remember there's a jerk like me who's going to be pushy. And we end up catching the fish. I mean, it's the truth. There's a whole bunch of guys like me who don't care. And if we think it's something that our clients should look at, we're going to call them at midnight if it has to happen. So unfortunately, people aren't always as loyal as they pretend to be when there's a good deal in front of them. So just keep that in mind. There's an ogre like me waiting to pounce.
Hey guys, there's a person like me that will say, please do not think of my passion for any type of arrogance. I'm really just excited about this business and I want to help and I want to serve, right? I'm going to step up no matter what. And I've always been that person. I want to encourage you guys to do that, because when you could show that level of tenacity and that level of no matter what, I'm going to push forward and I'm not going to be fearful, clients see that. That's someone I want to work for or work with, because that person's going to represent me when it comes to negotiations. Man, that's somebody that I want to work with because they have the intestinal fortitude to step up. That's a type of person that they need in their corner. So Ilona, let's go to you. I'm share some sentiment with you guys, but thank you guys. But the goal of this conversation is make sure that those numbers align and make sure that you're able to see your consumer behavior. Ilona, let's go.
So I just recently, we made a decision last week to import everyone in our database to RealScout. And I had some hesitation because we have people in there who are like people who are in our farm who donated food, but they never expressed interest buying or selling their home, right? So I was thinking, why are we putting these people in here? But really, if you can set them up with a market update just for the area that you're farming, here you are having a casual touch point with someone that you are trying to stay somewhat relevant with, even though you don't have a buy or sell intention whatsoever at this point, but you're utilizing that to show up every once in a while to these people who somehow participated with you, and you're doing it nonchalantly with the market update. So I thought that that perspective really changed my perspective on why we're putting everyone in, and it helped me realize that it's worth it.
Totally. I mean, hey, it's no secret we're realtors, right? And if I can provide you something that's going to help you understand the market better, then cool. Then let me be that person for you. Remember, I'm going to advocate and I'm going to educate you. That's what I'm going to do. That's my role. That's my responsibility. So Ilona, I absolutely love that. Let's go to ODog. We'll go back to Jeff and then we'll shift conversations.
I think this is the time to have those uncomfortable conversations and setting realistic expectations, whether you're working with buyers or sellers, and knowing your markets. Right now, you'd be a fool not to be paying attention to seems like hundreds of new builds popping up all over. And if you're good with negotiations, if you could get the bar set from the beginning, you could see yourself getting like crazy amounts right now. Not only am I getting 3% on the commission, saved my buyers that weren't ready. They said they were just interested in just seeing what the process was like. We slowly took about 2.5 weeks after we viewed the first house on Zillow. They were Zillow Flex Lead. And then I thought nothing of it, sent some follow up through RealScout, sent Christina on them, and we got started and pre-approved with them. And we tried to make a go with the numbers, but they didn't want to write a contract. So they kind of ghosted for 3 weeks, popped back up about a week and a half ago. It sucks that me and Christina couldn't get the deal together, but we pushed hard, and with working with her, it helped even flexed harder on the builders. We got 35 initially, but I fought harder because they really wasn't going to sign this contract without the fucking brand new washer and dryer and refrigerator. Refrigerator. So we hustled back up for an additional 5. So we got them 37.5 and 2.5 in appliances. So they got everything they needed to get in contract. So if you're a good negotiator, finding a good deal that's out there, you just got to make sure that you do your homework. And then for those realistic expectations, like I have 2 listings that, I'm trying to get them to sign, and I'm even putting it out there like, hey, I got 300 people on my team. We can even see if we can get something off market just to show you that I'm working for you right now. But ideally, it would be good to sell the house in the summer when these houses are going to balloon up. So it's kind of like, working your bag if you want it now, or just making sure that you're clear on setting expectations so you're all happy.
Love it, Otis. Love it. Let's go to Jeff, and then we're going to shift gears on the conversation. Jeff, what's the last contribution on this topic?
Yeah, I'll quickly say to Alona's point, it's what I always tell agents is find your truth. Find your truth. And then it makes it completely easier to do all that. So when she's sending that market update, my truth is I'm just educating you on the market. Yeah, I may have gotten your email through you donating food and doing these things, but my truth is I'm just want to educate. When you come into my circle, you're going to be in a circle of education. Same thing when you go door knocking. Same thing. So I've had people go, well, I don't know what's our angle. Well, what's your truth? What's your truth about why you're going out there? Oh, well, we're just going out to go hand out candy because this was prior to Halloween. We're going out because we have this community event coming up. Okay, well, then that's your truth. Just always look for your truth in your story in anything that you do. And then it doesn't feel like follow up. It doesn't feel like being pushy. It doesn't feel like that you're invading on someone's space, because I'm just navigating through my truth. And so when you're doing that market update and they gave you the email, I didn't abuse that relationship. You knew coming in that by us going out there, I was a community advocate, and I was somebody that was going to go out in my community and do stuff for my community. So this education should have already been expected from me. So here you go. So just find your truth, and then now you don't have to live in worry when you find your truth.
Man, I didn't know that you set this up for the segue, but it's actually the perfect segue. So thank you, Jeff. And I couldn't agree more. So you guys, I had an opportunity to go to a Ryan Serhant event on Friday in San Francisco. And it was a room of some really, really high achievers, high players, high contributors in our space. And the same theme kept on coming up and kept on coming up. And we're no strangers to it. I think that we're more of an advanced group, but it kept on coming up. And a couple of things that I took away from this was you are a media company first and foremost, right? Punctuated by doing real estate. And every single person that was on stage talked about this in some way, shape, or form. So think about this. You are a media company, then realtor, right? And what does that mean? They talked, like Gary Vee says, they shared his video of being the digital mayor and being the commentator of your city and being the journalist of your city. I think that more of us need to lean into that and really, really looking at what we're doing right now. We are a media company. Look at someone like Ryan Panetta, who over the last couple of weeks, he did a video about the war that's going on. He did a video about him eating a sausage McMuffin every single day as a kid. He did a couple other videos that just literally just got conversations flowing, and he got tons and tons of engagement but he always does. But the point is that you're a media company. And I'm going to tell you this straight to your face right now on the screen. If you're only talking about real estate shit, you're boring. I'm not saying that because that's not you, right? That's a part of what you do. But you're a media company. There's so many great things that you can be talking about. I saw this video the other day that there's an abandoned riverboat like casino in Vallejo. I had no idea that it was there. People were taking pictures of it. I saw this cool video. I'm like, I had no idea that this even existed. Point being is that you are a media company, then you are a realtor. And I want to share something with you guys because I thought it was really, really important. They gave us this book here, Be Seen by Jen Gottlieb. If you haven't seen this book, make sure to purchase this book. But she had a couple mic drop moments in the book, and I want to share it with you. And there's 3 points I want to share with you. It says here, the fastest way to create a life that feels stuck and untrue to you is to be inauthentic, right? When you're searching for things to create, when you're thinking about dialogue to have, you know when shit feels phony to you. You know when it doesn't feel connected. And you're like, oh my God, like I'm trying to say this and I'm not even connected with what this actually means. So if you want to feel stuck, then continue to do things that are truly, truly inauthentic to the person that you are. The secret to standing out from the crowd and building an audience of raving fans isn't being the perfect version of yourself that you think everyone wants you to be. It's leveraging your number one superpower, being the real you, right? So many times people are like, well, I don't want to be too private, or I don't want people in my private life. You don't have to have them in your private life to be completely personal. The one thing that I know that I have, and it's my superpower and it's your superpower too, is the ability to be 100% you, unapologetically dope, 100% Reals penitentiary still. That's your superpower. No one else can be a Romel. No one else can be an Ashley. No one else could be a Tiger Webster. Nobody else can be that person. But what we try to do is we put this thin veil of like who we actually are, because that's what we think people want to see from us. And then our viewing doesn't go up. Our ratings don't go up. Our viewership, our following, none of that goes up because people see through that thin veil. But you know people right now on this screen that you can look around and be like, damn, I follow her, I follow him, and I rock with them because their shit is always real. They're always themselves, and they're not afraid to be who they are. Last one. Unpack your box of junk and abandon the sense of should that follows you everywhere in your life, right? Like, oh, I should do this. No, all you should do is just be yourself. Have fun with that. Express. So going back to this, you guys, we all have a responsibility. We have an obligation. We have a duty to really be the mayors and the digital mayors of our cities, doing things that are going to bring a spotlight on you in your own communities. I've said it and I'll say it time and time again. That really works. And then you do your real estate stuff. So that way you have this aura about you that's like, wow, Ryan Fong really understands everything about his city. He's a representative of the city. He's an ambassador of his city. So yeah, of course he understands the real estate market at a very high level because he's studying it. He's out in the community. He understands commerce, business, what's moving, what's shaking, who's coming in, who's leaving. He understands the community. in the city at a very high level. So that was one thing that I was really, really taken back by, just as a reminder. There's another thing that I heard while they were on stage. How many people have ever heard that pressure creates what? Pressure creates what? Go ahead and take yourself off of mute. Pressure creates what? You guys have heard this term before.
Diamonds, 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 diamonds. It takes time and pressure. Lots of time, lots of pressure. And
lots of time, lots of pressure. You know what else it creates? Dust. If you push too far, you could just literally crumble that beautiful stone into dust. And when someone was on stage, they said this. Ryan Serhant said this. He said, you have an opportunity right now. You're either going to be a diamond, you're going to allow that pressure to create this beautiful, beautiful diamond in our industry, or you're going to get turned to dust. I was like, I wrote that down in my notes. I'm like, you know what? I think this is really, really powerful, because for you, the ones that are pushing pressure, applying pressure every single day in this business, you guys are going to see the rewards down the road. But if you're just laying back and you're saying, you know what, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do that next week, and you're just living in this world of procrastination, I'll tell you what, you guys, this business is moving very, very fast. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want to pause for a quick minute. And if you guys are sitting somewhere and you're not driving, you're in a safe place, or you can put this in the notes on your phone if you're taking a walk like Chris B is. I want you to write this down, or just remember it. I want you to write this down. Today, I'm going to do whatever that is, right? In parentheses, let's just put whatever that is. Today, I'm going to do whatever that is, even though I don't want to. Even though I don't want to. If I was to go around the room and ask a couple of you, what are some things that you don't want to do in your business right now? I'm sure you guys all have something that you don't want to do. Let's go around the room. I'm going to ask 3 or 5 people. Armenice, what's something that you don't want to do today that you're going to do it even though you don't want to? Armenice, what's one thing that you don't want to do today?
I don't want to cold call. I do not want to cold call, but I am going to cold call.
Yeah, because what happens on the other end?
Because on the other end, sometimes it can be like rejection, or, just like, am I bothering these people? But, I can also help. So I don't know what's going to happen.
You're all helping. So you're helping. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that JJ said what he said earlier. If I close my eyes right now, like I'm thinking abundance, I'm going to give, I'm going to advocate, I'm going to share, and I'm doing this for my family. Goddamn right. If they hang up on me, it's all right. I'm going to call somebody else that is in need of what I'm actually offering, right? That's part of what we do. We signed up for this. So not everyone's going to like us, and I don't care. I am not asking for everyone to like me. I'm asking for that one person pick up the phone. Well, honey, I'm glad that you actually asked. We are just starting to look right now. So Armenice, today I'm going to cold call even though I don't want to. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to report back to me today and tell me how many calls you made, how many conversations you had, and how many appointments you booked. Can we do that?
All right. Yep, I got you.
Awesome. JJ, you had your hand up, big dog. Let's hear from you.
Man, I just want to reiterate what I always tell everybody. I am a income property evangelist, and I've been doing it for so long that it comes very natural for me to start just talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And the biggest thing that you have to decide is find out why it is that you don't want to make those cold calls. Because if you hate it today and you don't wrap your mind around why you should be doing it, you're going to hate it forever. So the key to it is, I don't care what your reason is. I don't care if it's because you want to make more money or if you truly want to help people. But you really have to set that in stone. The same way a preacher on the corner is preaching the word of God. Doesn't mean anything to me, but to him, it means everything. And he doesn't care what I think. All he wants to do is catch the people who are being receptive to his message. So we've got to be on that same level. Sometimes it looks crazy, but it's effective. And that's what you have to think about. If you don't want to cold call, understand why you don't want to cold call, and find out if the reasons why you have to cold call are more important than making that cold call. And if it's not, then maybe you should figure out how to do your business without cold calling. But whatever it is, you have to get past that. It's the same thing as lifting weights, everything, right? You've got to get past all that stuff. And like I said, I'm a evangelical income property person. If it was up to me, everybody would own multiple units to be able to help their families. And I have no problem talking to everybody at all times about it. And yeah, a lot of people find me annoying, but you know what? I'm good. I'm happy and I enjoy what I do. You've got to find that within yourself. And if cold calling is, you have to convert that. If cold calling is going to be part of your plan, you have to cement that in your head and get past the fact that it sucks. If that's what you want to do, you know.
Man, I couldn't agree with you more. I want to qualify this a little bit. Arminius, are you saying that you're purchasing list of people that you have never spoke to once in your life? Is that what you're doing?
Well, I'm more researching because my goal is really to call people who are in foreclosure, people who really need help and don't know their options. Because I've done it before and reached a lady who was like, oh, well, I never even knew I could do this. And I knocked on a door with a lady. You know, I've just gotten into the pre-foreclosure and talking to these people. So I am drawn to the passion of helping them because they don't even know their options because the only people they're talking to is their loan officer.
So Arminius, knowing what I know about you, I think it's this week or next week, you're doing an event. I think Dominique's speaking at your event. The whole core of what you're doing is to educate and advocate and help put these people in a better position. So when I'm making a call, that's my motivation. My motivation is to truly help and serve these people. Is someone going to hang up on me? Probably. It's okay. But once they understand my purpose, my cause, my crusade, and my mission that I'm on, now they'll probably be more inclined to have that conversation with me. So don't forget why you're calling these people. I'm not calling them to sell them something. I'm calling them to help them with a challenge that they might have that you have an answer to because you're the professional. So good stuff. So JJ was another hand. Let's go. I'm going to go to Dominique in just a second, but JJ.
Real quick, are you making any reels or videos about this stuff? Because it's funny, you know, you can quickly just send that to the people and send them a link and just say, look, this is what I'm about. And a lot of people in that situation are going to find you. I put up a bunch of boring stuff that I do, like construction projects and things like that. And I get a ton of phone calls from people that I don't even know asking me questions. They're not all going to be sales or whatever, but opportunities come that way. So you should consider incorporating videos with what you're doing on your cold calls. Try to keep them the positive ones, right? Don't put up a bunch of bad calls or whatever, but just to be able to draw people in because people will get interested in it. And the kind of people that you're looking for are going to start finding their way to that if you put up a lot of videos consistently, as the boss here has consistently told us to do.
Thank you.
What's your Instagram handle really quick?
Your homegirl AC _
I knew I was missing that. Your homegirl. Oh, there we are. All right, cool. So this cause, this purpose, this crusade, and this mission that you're on right now, you have an event this week, correct?
Yes.
What day is the event?
The 11th, 11/11.
When you told me about the event, it was so profound the way that you articulate it and why you want to have somebody like Dominique who understands the space, who can articulate that message even further. Like you want to partner with somebody that's going to help bring this vision to life, right? Yes. So that's part of your cause, your crusade, and your purpose. Where does that exist here?
It doesn't yet because I'm posting this week. I wanted to give a chance for the people who are a part of the program to register, then blast it to everybody else. But I have been posting it in my story.
Okay, so everything has like a life, like, hey, you guys, in 10 days from now, we're doing this. Here's a couple people that are going to be speaking. Here's we're going to be covering. Hey, guys, it's 3 days away. Hey, guys, we're 24 hours away and I cannot wait. Give that so much life. And then you're tagging all the people that you want to be associated with this amazing event to give it even more visibility. Because I get chills talking about it because I remember our conversation. Now, if you called me the way that you had our coaching session last week, then by all means, like I'm going to listen to that conversation just because there was so much heart and passion behind how you communicated with me last week. So remember this, today I'm going to do cold calling or warm calling or hot calling, even though I don't want to. Because Arminius, I'll tell you this until I'm blue in the face, you have this contagious energy about you. You have this passion about you. The only person holding you back is yourself some days. And I want to help you break through that. Because if I have any claim to fame, it's my ability to see the best in everybody that I encounter. And I see so much for you. And I'm so excited about your event this week. Dominique, let's go to you. Today, I'm going to do whatever it is, even though I don't want to. What is that thing? And it's good to see you.
Today I am going to do
Good to see you too. Today I'm going to do my one-on-one videos and make more content. I've been lacking on that a lot, just because I've been having a lot of just outside stuff going on. But that's what I'm going to do today. That's why I'm here in the office. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Beautiful. So walk us through the numbers. How many one-to-one videos are you going to make today?
7.
7. Cool. Past clients, current clients, people you're working with, who are they going out to?
Seeds.
Seeds.
Today is the seeds. It's getting people to get in the market.
Dominic, cut your video really quick because you're cutting out on us. Just cut your video, and we didn't catch that last part.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay, it's today. I'm working on my the seeds that I have planted. Friday I worked on, so I have different days where I kind of do different things for, so I got people that I'm working with, and then people that I planted seeds with, and then people who I've never spoken to, but today I'm working on my seeds.
Beautiful. I love it. I love how they're categorized as well. And I love that she's saying, you know what, I just was dealing with some other stuff and now I'm in the right mindset to go and make videos. So absolutely love this. So you guys have to ask yourself that question today, or tell yourself that today I'm going to do whatever it is, even though I don't want to. Calls, video, follow up, creating stories, whatever that is, you guys do all the things that you're telling yourself, oh my God, I don't want to do this, and do it anyways, despite how you feel about the said thing. Because I promise you, that's where you guys are going to grow. And then ask yourself, and I think I know the answer, diamond or dust? Diamond or dust? I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be shining bright. I'm going to be shining bright. And what you'll never hear us say in this environment is you'll never hear fear. You'll never hear fear about the market, the conditions, the interest rates, the commissions, no matter what, because champions find a way. We're always going to find a way to win. And I promise you, I don't care if interest rates go to 10. I don't care if they decide to pay buyers agents $500 per transaction, which is not the rate. I'm just saying that. But I don't care what it is. There's going to be people on this call that are going to be sitting pretty over the next couple of years, helping families, closing deals, traveling with their family, and making an abundant amount of money because they said, no matter what, I'll find a way, right? Diamond or dust, that choice is on your shoulders. I'll be here to support you guys, but that is up to you because champions find a way. What happens is that there's so many people out there want to listen to all the bullshit. Think about it. Think about the noise that you've had over the last 3 years. You had COVID. You had interest rates are too low and everyone's overspending. You have interest rates are too high and everyone is underpaying. Everyone is paying too much interest. Like all these things. Now you have you have the war. Then you have the buyer's commission. You have all these things. I'm either going to stop and be like, oh my God, what am I going to do about this? And it's going to stop my forward progress. Or I'm going to be like, you know what? Hey, no matter what, I'm continuing to cruise. I'm not I'm not blind to it. I'm conscious of everything that's going away. But my mind is that no matter what happens in this industry, you will find a way to win. That's just my belief. And nobody will ever take that from me. Nobody will ever take that from me. Because from the beginning of time, every market, every single downturn, every single recession, every single war, there was always somebody that came out on top. Major businesses were formed after mass recessions. Major businesses that are still in place now, decades and decades later. So diamond or dust, that choice is yours. Diamond or dust. So I'm going around the room, get a couple, key takeaways from a few people. I'll come back to you in a few minutes, but let's go to Ashley. Let's go key takeaways from you. Let's go Aaron, Chris. Let's go key takeaways from you. I'll go Katie, one of our guests today, key takeaways from you. So let's go.
Be authentic. Don't listen to your feelings. Do the activity anyways and keep it positive.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Appreciate you and really good to see you. Who did I call second? I always forget my order.
That was me. The key takeaway that I got was just keep pushing ahead, keep pushing forward. RealScout, utilizing your tools, your resources, and getting after it. And then just what you capped off with. We're a resilient group. If we just keep pushing, keep shining, keep doing what we need to do, we're going to make it through this. And again, it's not even it's just another moment in time. So just keep doing the work we're doing and we're going to make it.
Yeah. I remember being closed down as an industry in COVID. I remember that. Oh, we're unessential, right? I remember that, right? And then blowing it up in 2020, blowing it up, right? So it's just like, it was a moment in time. Yeah, it impacted us. But when I look back at it, it was like the best thing that ever happened to our business. COVID was one of the best things that happened to our business because it made us look at our business in a different way, change the way we did business, leverage technology in ways that we had never leveraged it, and find different ways to interact with other humans. I thought it was a beautiful thing for our industry. Yeah, it sucked. And my heart goes out to the people that were impacted by COVID. But that moment, which at first seemed like so scary, actually, we faced it head on. And we all grew from that, So Aaron, I appreciate that sentiment. Katie, let's go over to you. Then I'll come right over to Tiger. And then I'll go back over to JJ. Katie, as a guest today.
Hi, thank you. So one of the things I struggle with daily is the social media and being personal without letting them into my private life. So I think you said it correctly when you said be personal without allowing them into my private life, that boundary there. So I think that's good kind of confirmation that it can be done. And, to be an ambassador to our city, to let them know that, we're the leader here, we know everything about it, and to be the one to call. That's a big deal. And then also the RealScout, nobody's taught me that yet. And I think that's an amazing opportunity there.
For sure. Katie, how did we get connected?
Ashley.
Oh, Ashley, well, wonderful. She's been such a great brand ambassador. It's really, really good to have you in here. Here's the thing, Katie. People want to feel connected to a human being, right? There was a time in this industry where that human element wasn't necessarily there. People want to feel like, wow, she kayaks, I kayak. She likes to bake cookies, I like to bake cookies. She has a 5-year-old, well, shit, I have a 5-year-old. I don't need to tell you that I smacked my son's face last night because he got out of pocket, right? But I will say I disciplined my son, right? I don't need to tell you if I had a fight with my wife last night, but I will share how much in love and how much fun we have, right? I don't need to share those things. So it's like I'm personal, but I don't need to be private, right? I can keep those two separate. So I'm really glad that you recognize that. And Katie, I want you to feel encouraged to just be yourself. And if some people don't like it,
when you know me, when you get to know me, you'll understand I am my authentic self all the time. I mean, there's a lot of that going on, a lot of this. So
love it.
It's all good though.
Katie, thank you for being here. Tiger, let's go to you, big dog, and we'll go back to JJ. We'll wrap.
Okay, in the interest of time, I'm just going to be real quick. I have a takeaway if you have to email it or whatever, because of time, I understand. Takeaway, you can either see the problem or the possibility. The choice is yours. That's my biggest takeaway. And then I wanted to ask you, as far as the whole new law with the buyers' commissions, and also Zillow acquiring Follow-Up Boss, what websites would be the best resource just to kind of get clarity? Because I just feel like there's a lot of noise out here. What would be your trusted websites to get clarity on those two things?
Yeah, so nothing set in stone as of right now in regards to the impact commissions. However, it is under appeal right now. Then they're going to go back in and they're going to do another lawsuit. So it's going to take some time. So the best source for you, personally, for me, has been Inman. Inman has been very up to date on every single minute by minute interaction with this whole case. So Inman would be the place to go. And then the second question was?
Zillow acquiring Follow-Up Boss, just to get how does that impact us?
So once again, I'll send you an article that I have, bro, that you can see and check and then just follow that chain. But in the FAQ section, it states that under no way, shape, or form is Zillow going to be able to access any of your information that is in Follow-Up Boss. There's still two separate entities and all of your data is always going to be protected. But the main thing that agents are coming up with is like, hey, are all of my clients going to get marketed to? Are all those going to be in the Zillow database? And the answer right now is 100% no. But you have to think about this big picture. Think about the moves that Zillow is taking. Zillow is a master at data. They're a master at collecting data. So what they're going to do is they're going to leverage that data and have more data points that they can use to not only drive up their stock prices, but if they ever choose to launch a brokerage, there's probably no other entity on the face of the planet that would be more poised to open up a brokerage. Food for thought.
Wow. Okay, great.
Let's go to you. We're going to wrap session.
Me?
Yep. You had your hand up. So
one of the things you just said about how adversity creates opportunity. The bulk of my rental acquisitions were right after 2010 when everything was imploding. So all you guys who are stressed out, be stressed out, because that's just the way it's going to be. But don't quit, because opportunities are coming. If you pay attention to, always look at the cities that are more volatile, either smaller cities that are coming up or in inner cities like Oakland. You'll see the changes happen there first, right? People leave. People buy in Oakland or East Oakland specifically because they have no other choice. If you look at the prices in East Oakland, they're dropping, they're negotiating a lot more. What does that mean? That means that the wave is going back out again as usual. So pay attention to it, but lean into it. I'm serious. My 90% of my properties were purchased in 2010 when banks were basically begging people who knew how to purchase them to buy them from them. I'm not saying that's going to happen again. Opportunities change. You just have to be aware of them and be scared, but go forward.
I love it. I love it. So you guys, as we wrap, remember this, and I have to say this from the mountaintops. You are a media company, then realtor. You are a media company. The best realtors in this game are the ones that are constantly moving like an ad campaign. They're looking at what's going on. They're looking at their city. They're looking at the happenings around them. They're in the know, and they're acting like an ad company. Stop trying to do the same old boring ass shit. Stop talking about just your real estate stuff, because that is boring. You are not boring. Your city is not boring. So start to understand that you're a media company first, then realtor. So go out there, do the things that you're telling yourself you don't want to do. You don't feel like it. I'm scared to do it. Look at Armenice and say, you know what? I'm going to do what she's doing. I'm going to face my fears. She's going to put together a dope event this week. I cannot wait to see all the social media content about that. So you guys get out there and make this the day that you're super, super proud of. And I don't care if it's just one thing that you accomplish today. Cool. It's Monday. And then tomorrow we'll accomplish something else. So you guys, thank you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I really appreciate you always showing up and contributing, and wonderful, wonderful contributions today. So you guys, thank you. This Wednesday, this Friday, there is no group coaching. And here's why. We are starting our business planning clinic starting on Wednesday. We will be in Sacramento from 10 to 2 o'clock. So if you have not RSVP'd, make sure to do that. The link is in my bio on Instagram. On Thursday, we will be in Walnut Creek. And then on Friday, we're going to be in Oakland. So if you haven't RSVP'd, make sure that you're in one of those rooms. I'm going to help you get in alignment with your business goals, your health goals, social media goals, and make sure it's all encompassing so you guys have clarity for 2024. So let's go. So you guys, as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and go out there and have an amazing, amazing week. Peace.